everybody, this is Christine Bertram, and I am coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, February 27th, the last Thursday of the month, and we're gathered together to do an ink, paper, scissors featuring the Everyday Arches bundle, also called Everyday Skies Suite, I believe. And this is a suite. It's an online exclusive, and it's meaning that you can only see it in the online store, or if you have the Beekeeper's Guide, you could definitely catch it in the Beekeeper's Guide. I'll share that with you guys in a moment when we get going with class. And I am excited to be with you guys tonight. We had a busy, productive day here in the Hive. We kitted up about 1,850 card kits today. That includes a Stamp-a-Stack that is planned for next month, and I have it, where do I have it? I have it in a bucket here. I'll show you guys that in a little bit. Oh, and then we got the ink, paper, scissors kitted up for the month of March as well. We did a few less than we've been doing normally, so if you guys didn't catch it, I did a showcase yesterday on the 26th. It was in the afternoon, and I did have a bunch of people reach out to me and say, oh, I started to watch it, and then it was getting too late, so then they'll go back and watch the replay. But I'm glad you guys are getting able to watch the showcase. We have a lot of stuff coming up for you in the month of March. Lots of cards. We went through so many cards yesterday. Lots of upcoming things, and then also some past classes that are available. So hi, Mary Lemke. Hi, Julie Bontringer. 75 degrees, I would take that too. Better than the cold we have. Sarah Merchant, hello. Hi, Cindy Runtree from Southern Virginia. Hi, Doris Munson. And there is Pat Smothers and Cindy Runtree. Hello. Hi, Linda. Hi, Debbie. And Debbie Gast. Linda Hunt. Hi, Suzanne Deppis. Long time no talk. Laura Sullivan. Hi, Faye Godby. Faye Godby, guess what? Your Christmas card just came back to me. I thought that was odd that I mailed that out 2 weeks before Christmas, and it's February 26th. It took 2 months, 2.5 months to get your Christmas card returned to me. So I got to look at the address on it to see if I have the wrong address. Hi, Hope Toy. Hi, Deb Norman. And there's Connie Moore. Hi, Mary Carls. And there's Sherry Martin, long time no talk. Hi, Jamie Kirkpatrick. Hi, Susan Bellamy. Hi, Kelly. Oh, you watched the Paper Pumpkin with Kelly. Yay! I have it right here. I'm going to share it with you guys to show you what she worked on. Hi, Sherry Ott. Hi, Shelly Cooper. Deb Norman said to hit the thumbs up. I just did that myself. Hi, Nedra Dover. Hi, Mimi Howenstein. And there's Jean Shute. Oh, yeah. So Mary Carls. So just so you know, Suzanne called me this afternoon and she asked if it was okay if I give her your phone number. So I think what I'm going to do is give you, and Suzanne wants to, reach out to you. So I think I'm going to just give you guys each other's contact information, and then you guys can reach out to each other. Reach out and touch, something like, there's a song, reach out. All right. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Sharon Smith. Hi, Jean Terwilliger. There's Linda and Karen and Mary Jo. Hi, Rosie. Hi, Kari. Hi, Carmen Sanders, long time no talk. I feel like you guys, you're me a little bit in awe. On Monday, it was 4 days ago, I looked at how many phone calls I had on Monday. I had 40 phone calls and sometimes there was multiple calls to the same person, but still it was 40 different phone calls, either incoming or outgoing on Monday alone. So when I say long time no talk, that means I've been talking to you guys. Hi, Roxanne Burton. There's Laura Fitzgerald. Hi, Nancy Mole. There's Jeniel. Hi, Maria. Maria, I did see your email about not being able to make it this weekend. I'll reply to it, but I did catch it in really quick passing. Hi, Linda Scott. There's Julie, long time no talk as well. I saw that you Venmo'd. I haven't been in my computer, you guys. Hi, Sarah Mitchell. I have not been in my computer to do work. I see things in my phone as I'm in my phone a lot, but I don't actually get into I like to do things properly with emails, and so I have to devote, hi Debbie Stone, I have to devote some time into the emails. It has been, I would have to say, since the middle of last week since I've really been in my emails. So hang tight. I'm going to make sure I get through them in the next day or two. Thank goodness I have Carissa that's helping me with the enrollment part of things, and I did see a bunch of people emailed me yesterday about wishing, thoughts and prayers for the smoke damage that we and the soot that we have in the garage. I think we made the executive decision today. Thank you to Karen Wetstein for pushing me over the edge. We are going to, in a good way, we're going to file a claim with the insurance and see what we can do with that. So, and have it done professionally versus us trying to do it all of ourselves. So thanks for letting me know about the return Christmas card. Did you recently send me a postcard? I got one this week signed Chris. Yeah, I wonder if you won one of my class cards. So I'll have to take a picture of it, Faye. I'll take a picture of what it says on it, and I'll send it to you. It's sitting on my dining room table. So, oh yes. Your phone whistles while you work and kitted cards today. Yes, it does. Yes, it doesn't say whistles. It says whistles. Yeah, you guys, I know Suzanne Defis. I was talking to her as I was walking back and forth, and yep, I try to answer the phone when you guys call as much as I possibly can. But it was a very productive day. I thought we were further ahead with being prepped for kitting, and I lost track of some of the pieces that needed to get cut or die cut or taken care of since Thursday. And so I spent a lot of today either scoring. Karen stopped by and she helped me do some scoring. And all in all, we got it all done. But I felt like I cut a lot of paper today. If you guys watched Kelly doing the paper pumpkin, you saw that pink paper. I scored about 100, it was 96 divided by 2, 48, 48, 40, almost 150 pieces I scored while Kelly was just doing paper pumpkin this morning. Hi, Janice Worth. So, hi, Jennifer Jones. Jennifer, I sent you an email this morning with the document for the PDF, and it bounced back to me. So, just know, Jennifer, you can always get the PDFs in the Inspiration Hive because you're a Be Happy stamper, and even though they bounce back, just know that they're always there, and I think you always go to get them anyways. I don't know. There's something with tds.net. For those email addresses, you and Jean Frederick, they always bounce back regardless of when I send them or how I send them. So yeah, so just know that you can always get that in there. Hi, Julie Hilsman. I did email the PDF for this class this morning. Last night, Tyler came to me after class and he said, let's go look in the garage and let's go assess stuff and let's talk about stuff. And so we did that. And so I fell asleep on the couch at about 11:30, and the last thing I did before I fell asleep was I thought, oh no, I didn't send the PDF out. And I thought, I'm not in any condition. I was so tired that I did it first thing though this morning, so you guys should have that. And I did have it in the Inspiration Hive, so you guys can get it there as well. Hi, Lynn Beasley. Good idea to have things cleaned up professionally. One less thing off your plate, and it would be a huge job. It is. It will be a huge job. I think. I know that, and it is. Yes, you get them there. Perfect. How fast do you allow access when you requested the Beekeeper's Guide? Oh, Kari. I have not been in there. And what happens if you requested access to the Beekeeper's Guide since last week, Thursday, that comes into my Gmail account, and I don't look in my Gmail account. And I was getting through all those requests. So now that I know that you requested access, I'll make it a point to get through that part tonight or tomorrow morning. So, oh yeah, I'm just seeing if I missed anybody else. But Kari, if you don't mind, you are more than welcome to send me a text or send me an email and just say, don't forget to approve my request to access the Beekeeper's Guide. I need extra emails at this point because they are going to go down in my emails, and then I need to work my way down to get to them. And so it doesn't hurt to send things multiple times to me at this point. Tell him he needs to go and get a good barrel and keep it outside. I know, right? Yes, a barrel and keep it outside. Yeah, exactly. So the barrel that he got, it was just a drum, a 55-gallon plastic drum, and he actually got it for free, which was amazing. And then he rigged it to have wheels on the bottom. He drilled holes in it, and he made it what it was, which was an awesome garbage that you could roll all over the place, which he's going to have to scout out to find another one. And we'll keep it, yeah, definitely keep one for inside and the one for Ashes outside. Oh, Nancy said she mapped a route to my place. Is there a ferry across Lake Michigan? There is. It's called the Lake Express, I think. There's two of them. One is the SS Badger, which leaves out of Ludington, that goes up through Two Rivers or Manitowoc. That one is not the fast ferry. That one takes about 4 to 4.5 hours to get across. and the other one is the Lake Express that goes into Milwaukee, but that's more south. So I guess if you're coming, well, if you're going to be coming through Detroit, you could head down 9094, I think, and then come into Chicago, like up to, I think it's out of, is it Grand Rapids? So I think that would be good. That's they call it the fast ferry, and it takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours to get across. So it's over half the amount of time. I think it's called the Lake Express. Yes, Cuddy needs a metal barrel. Yes, we definitely, yeah, we definitely do. I have my book here. Guys, I'm gonna do roll call really quick as long as I have that in front of me, and then I'll drop the camera down and show you guys more things. For those of you that didn't watch my showcase yesterday, we had a small little issue in the mishap in the garage, and we're working our way through that. A metal one for outside, a big metal one for the ashes, absolutely. Oh yes, and it's crazy the amount of people that have said to me that like, the guy who we got to come over here to do the painting, he's like, yeah, I had the same thing happen to me. I had my ashes for 4 days and I put them into a plastic bag and they started to smolder. And it was like, that was 4 days. And my insurance guy said the same thing. He's like, yeah, I put them in a plastic bag after 3 days, and all of a sudden I look at the bag and there's a hole in the bottom. And so the ashes do retain their heat for a very, 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 very long time. So yes, lesson learned. So Muskegon to Milwaukee, Debbie Gass said. Yes, Muskegon to Milwaukee. If I said Chicago, I meant Milwaukee. All right, we are doing February ink, paper, scissors, and I have quite a few left. So I know Elaine Rebeck, I saw your message come over to me, and I got you signed up for class 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I have 16 left for this class, and I know where he can get one. Oh, perfect. Let me know, Mary, because that's what he's on the scouting out for, is to get a new one. So I know he found a blue one. It was a really pretty blue, but beggars can't be choosers. But if it's black, it's black. If it's white, it's white. It is the color that we get. So this class, I think I said 16 left. So if you see class tonight and you want the easy button and you want kits sent to you, we could easily add this to the shipping day next week. So next week, Thursday, Friday, we're on target to ship all of March. We've got 3 classes kitted, and we have 4 more to kit. So that's what is on our radar for Monday and Tuesday. And then Wednesday, we'll use the day to make all the piles. And then between Thursday and Friday, we're going to get everything for March shipped out. So we're on target for that. So if anybody's looking to get this class, we can add it to the shipping schedule for next week. And you can save some shipping then, some consolidated shipping. This was a class that you could pay for. You couldn't get it free with an order. And if you get it porch pickup, it was $34. And for mailing, it was 41, 34 and 7, 41. All right, so I'll do roll call. Spray paint. Oh, spray paint it. Yeah, we could spray paint it, but then it starts to chip and then it leaves flakes all over. So whatever color we would get, we would get. I want to say thank you to everybody who took this class with me or is taking this class with me. I do appreciate your support more than you even know. And it keeps us busy. It definitely keeps us busy in a good way. And we have quite a few. I have 58 that I have on the list. So I'm going to go through, and this also gives me the opportunity to tell you who signed up for class. And if I don't call your name, please reach out to me right away. I want to make sure that I get you on the list. For whatever reason, again, for the last week, if you've signed up for it, I might have missed it. And I want to make sure I get you your kits. So first on the list, we have Miss Frances Rodriguez, Mary Jo Stoll, Janice Worth, Roxanne Burton, Karen Wetstein, Annette Rollin, Julie Bierschbach, Christina Heiser, Connie Moore, Pat Smothers, Kathy Dolly Nagari, Feline Mays, Karen Woods, Pamela Leahy, Sherry Everett, Angelique McClendon, Susan Bellamy, Jeannie Parker, Joanne Naples, Lisa LaFramboise, Sherry Stewart, Nedra Dover, Jennifer Jones, Pat Settle, Laura Sullivan, Debbie Stone, Faye Godby, Doris Munson, Brenda Cottrell, Bridget Rowe, Debbie Lindauer, Julie Bontringer, Sandy Coy Emery, Kelly Gibson, Sherry Martin, Hope Toy, Donna Grushke, Leslie McMinn, Mary Lemke, Linda Scott, Pat Fleming, Lisa Hedgedis, Mary Carls, Lori Baxter, Susan Wormley, Trisha Fagley, Linda Hunt, Shelley Cooper, Angela Knutson, Jean Shute, Susie Fenlater, Lynn Beasley, Sarah Merchant, Carmen Sanders, Kathy Langford, Angie Cruz, and last on my list at the moment is Elaine Rebeck. So I sent out the tutorial this morning, and I sent it out through everybody who I read through Angie Cruz. And so Elaine, I'll have to send you the email with the PDF as soon as I have a moment to. I owe a bunch of PPD. Some people have reached out to me asking for different PDFs. I know Millie Kindle, and I owe Suzanne Deppis, and there's some people that have been asking for PDFs. I will work on getting through those emails to get you guys the PDFs for back classes as soon as I possibly can. Hi, Kathleen Ketterman. And so lots of you girls are here. I appreciate that you're with me for class tonight. I will do a door prize drawing at the end of class for somebody to win a door prize. And then I was able to pull these before class. I have the game night from the Lily Pond Lane. I have 5 winners, so we're not going to forget to do this. I'm going to set these cards on my purple book so that I can announce those winners later. Hi, Cindy Howard. And everyone, it's a very long time since I've seen your videos. Watching from North Dakota. Wonderful. Well, thanks for being with us. I appreciate it. All right. I'm going to drop the camera down here. I have a card here that came from Leslie McMinn. She sent me a Valentine's Day card, and it looks awesome. It's got a patchwork quilt heart, it looks like, and it's a book card. And on the inside, it says Happy Valentine's Day. And I appreciate that, Leslie. So that came last week, and I think you sent it from where you were, which was not home. And so I was so excited to get a Valentine's Day card. Thank you. And then you guys, in case you missed it, Kelly did the paper pumpkin class this morning. She was so blown away that there was this Mega Daddy size of dimensionals that was in the kit. I do have quite a few, it looks like, left of the paper pumpkins. I think I have 2, 4, 6, maybe 6 or 7 actually. She said this morning a few, and I have more than a few in my head. So this one coordinated with the Grow with Love, and so it was, I believe, 9 cards that look like that. And for those that like to zhuzh it up, you could always cut these down and mat them onto Petunia Pop. Oh, that would look so pretty with a Petunia Pop, or basic beige, or all of that. And then this one looked like that. And then she had this one right here. No, those were the 3 from the kit. And then this was her alternative that she did. And she is not a gardener, green thumb kind of girl. And so she definitely wanted to stay away from the greenery foliage card to show you that you could definitely make non-gardening cards with this paper pumpkin. And so that's what she did. So in case you guys are looking for it, I have a bunch of these available. And you can always tell if I have any, they're back here. And so that's what we've got. Okay. Oh, what else? What else can I share with you? I think that might be it. So, Nedra Dover, I would like one of the paper pumpkins. Perfect. Awesome. So, you know how easy that is, Nedra. What I do is I take it and we'll go like this. And then I put your name on it and I set it off to the side. So, when you send Carissa or the cbcenroll@gmail.com, I don't know if you sent your March list already, Nedra, but you could put in there that you're taking one of my in-house pumpkins. I guess you could call them an in-house pumpkin. The reason I say in-house is because I already have it here, and what we would do is build that into your total for shipping with next. If you're not in a hurry, we could wait and ship it later next week. What I do for people that don't necessarily want to set up a subscription and they want a onesie twosie of a pumpkin, if they let me know by the 10th of the month, then I can change one of my subscriptions to ship to you, and then there won't be extra shipping from my house to yours. So that's why I'm saying this is an in-house pumpkin for February that I already have at my house. So yay. Oh, Mary wants one too. I love it. Okay, very good. So I will put your name on one as well, Mary. So the pumpkins to my house are $28 plus shipping, but because Mary, your porch pickup, Mom is going to be here on Saturday. She's helping me do my mom is, and Dad. Mom is chef and Dad is sous chef. They're helping me out because I have a Silver to Silver Elite training this weekend at my house. And so they're making lunch for us, and it's going to be here Saturday. So Mom will be here on Saturday, and so I'll send it home with her on Saturday. Oh, Nedra, she already did. All right, perfect. Very, very good. And Nina Barbaric, if you're watching, I have yours already pulled off onto the back counter. I think you messaged me sometime last week, and I already pulled yours. So then it looks like I probably have, I would say 5 left, but potentially 4 if I missed somebody that reached out to me today. Awesome. Very good. Well, Nedra's right on it. I love it. All right, so let's flip this down. The cards that we're going to be working on tonight are featuring the everyday. I just gave one of my paper pumpkins to my hairdresser. She's got two girls, 12 and 16 years young. I love it. They will love putting this one together. So we have 5 cards. So we couldn't stop at 4. We actually did 5 cards for class tonight, which is awesome. And I want to show you guys what I mean by this beekeeper's guide. So for those people who support me in my business, I provide an all-encompassing document called the Beekeeper's Guide that includes the annual catalog, the spring mini, and it includes online exclusives, the scrapbooking brochure. We tied it all together and put it into one document. I'm so excited because I have mine printed and I got a copy for here and I got a copy for up in my craft room. And Jill took it to get it spiral bound for me in Ripon, which for $5, she's getting it spiral bound for me. So I'm super excited to get it back as soon as she gets it back, because then I can have a paper copy to show you. But there's a suite in here, and it's right here under the suite collections. And it's actually called the Everyday Skies Suite. And inside of it, it includes the designer series paper that we featured tonight. Now this suite includes a roll of the white woven ribbon. I will tell you guys, I've been using that a heck of a lot over the last month, like a heck of a lot. It is so versatile, and we're actually including a roll of that in the March ink paper scissors. So you guys will get a roll of that with the beautiful butterfly ink paper scissors. We opted for this ink paper scissors to include the diagonal stripe ribbon, which is in white and petal pink, because it matched these cards very nicely. It includes the two-tone sparkle gems, which you did get with this class. We included them for this one. And then the other part of this suite are the dies. There's die here, and then there is a stamp set. And so this is what the dies look like. So we did use the dies a lot, and we pulled in the everyday arches. So that's where you guys can find it. It's actually one of the very first pages here. It's the second page of suites that we got that encompassed on. So that's from the Beekeeper's Guide. You can see that. Now, are you wondering, do you need to have, so you might have thought to yourself, well, I don't really necessarily like the stamps. I don't necessarily want the dies. You don't need either in particular to do this class with me. We designed this class in a way that all you need to do is get the class and have sentiments. You don't even need to have the dies. It would be beneficial or helpful to have the dies, but I'm going to do the cards for you tonight not using the dies. And we actually pulled in another stamp set called Layering Leaves. I don't know if I can hold that just right, but Layering Leaves is what we pulled in for sentiments because they seem to match the cards a little bit nicer. I haven't even used my Sky DSP yet. Well, hopefully you get some ideas from this class, Cindy. And Susan printed her Beekeeper's Guide today. Wonderful. Can I ask how many people are printing? Will Staples print them? Sorry to sound dumb. It's okay, Lisa. I will tell you what I found really quick on a side note, because others are probably wondering. So if you ever learned in school, didn't your teacher ever tell you that the only dumb question is one that you don't ask, right? So does that mean that all questions should be asked? Okay, that's like the general thing I remember about school. So we did some research here, and Diane went to a local print shop, or Judy, one of them, they went and they found out that it was about $45 to print the document, which is a lot, I think. It's a lot. It just depends on how badly you want it printed. I know, Susan, I don't know if you printed yours at home. If you have a great printer that prints color pretty decent, you could potentially do it at home. Or I believe I talked to some people and they said that they only printed just sections of it. They didn't print the entire thing. They maybe just printed the dies, or they printed the embossing folder section, or maybe they just printed the ribbons, or maybe they printed just their favorite sections. Because we do plan to update this document 3 times a year. We plan to update it January when the spring mini launches. We're going to update it in May when the annual catalog launches, and we're going to update it in September when the holiday mini. They are publishing online exclusives every other month, and we're not going to be updating the document every other month. We're going to capture the oddball months of the online exclusives in the next round, right? So there's online exclusives launching in March. We're going to incorporate them into the May one, all right? And take out any last chance. So Susan printed at home. So hello, Polly Libby. So it was expensive to print it at any kind of local shop because they probably charged maybe 40 cents per page because it's color. I know that there was somebody who reached out to me, and I can't remember her name, but she's a Mary Kay lady. She's one of my customers or in my community, and she does Mary Kay, and Mary Kay gets a discount at Staples. So you could also ask, or if you have a husband who's a veteran, or maybe a veteran affiliation with a sibling or a child, if veterans get discounts, you could potentially have somebody, I don't know if that would be taking advantage of the system. I guess you'd have to use your discretion. I'm not saying to do anything wrong, but I guess if there's, or if you're a senior citizen, if you're over a certain age, maybe if 55 and older, like if you go to Culver's, they give you a senior citizen discount. Maybe there's a senior citizen discount that you could also get for printing. I guess scope those things out and see if it's more beneficial if you can get it printed that way. Where my gal prints all my copies for me with my golden tickets, like this, is where I get mine printed. And it is what it is. Like it's a business expense for me. But I do know that because the one that's coming out in May is going to be like a big overhaul, I'm guessing, because the annual catalog is going to be changing. Some people are opting to wait to print it in May when we get the new one for May, and not printing this one. And I guess it's up to you how much you want to spend to get it printed. I will say the other thing we scoped out was the library. We all pay taxes. I think most of us pay taxes, and the public library is where a lot of tax money goes to the library, like state taxes go to the library, right? Or federal taxes, however it works, we pay taxes, and I think that helps to fund the library. I think that's what I know in my head. So they offer copies for 10 cents, which is a pretty good deal. The only thing is our public library does not print duplex. So currently the document is this thick, and if you're going to do it, that's two-sided. If you're going to have them single-sided, your document might be that big, but again, it's only 10 cents a copy. And if there's 118 pages, you would only be at like $12. Okay, so you could always scope out your public library and see if you can get it printed there for inexpensive, and you might do it just this time. So I guess just doing a little homework. And so Susan said she printed hers. Jennifer said I printed mine and put it in sleeves in a 3-ring binder. Love it. Appreciate the hard work. Yay. Tell that to Kelly too. Jennifer, you're friends with Kelly on Facebook. Tell Kelly she needs to hear that kind of stuff too, because she put a lot of time into it. Kathleen printed hers, but put the pages in page protectors. Best catalog ever. Perfect. And Dora said she printed hers and put it in sleeves into a 3-ring binder. Love it and useful. So I know some of the girls here opted not to, like Diane, Chris, Judy, they opted not to put them in 3 page protectors. What they did is they punched holes directly into the document and then put it into a 3-ring binder and didn't opt to have page protector expense. So, but good questions. So you're seeing some people are printing it. I guess it just depends to you how much you would benefit of having a printed version. I can't wait to get my hands on it and like have the printed version. I've been working off of my phone with it for a while now. Good question. So layering leaves, though, I believe somebody asked a question about layering. Cindy, layering leaves is my upline Rachel Tessman stamp set. Oh, I bet it says it on the side here too. Yes, Rachel Tessman. There it is. So congrats to Rachel for her awesome layering leaves stamp set. I didn't even know that. I guess it says it right here, $1 million. I go to this stamp set a lot because of the very versatile words in it. There's actually a matching punch to this one too that punches out a bow and the little leafy thing. And all right, hi Feline May's coming in late. Hi Anna Carter. All right, so side note, you guys, I get distracted a little bit easy. I am like a squirrel. That's how it goes for me. I have here 5 cards, and I do have to tell you a disclaimer. When I sent the email this morning, I bolded or large capped a note. When we kitted this class, we forgot to include the copy paper in this card right here. Right? There's copy paper holding this together. We cased this card from a fellow demonstrator. Somebody might know who it is. All I did was look up Pinterest everyday arches, and it came up with this awesome layout. So I can't tell you that I came up with this by myself. I just thought the card was absolutely awesome. So the copy paper for this one, we missed putting it in here. And so when your guys are going into your bag here, we purposely put the top card here was the last card we kitted. And this one right here is where the copy paper got slipped into. So your rainbow card here is where our copy paper is for this card. So to make it so it's not confusing, you might just take the top one, take your copy paper out, and put it into this one, okay? So then they're in the right card. Like, I'll be honest with you, it gets to be a lot for my helpers, and especially if I said, oh man, you guys, we forgot to put the copy paper. They do look at me and they're like, really? you could have given that to us while we were getting it up. I'm like, I'm so sorry. It's an invisible thing that you can't see it, so you don't think about it. And I told them, you know what? Don't go and open every envelope and pop it in there. That would have taken them 15, 20 minutes. And they were very happy to just say, hey, we're going to just put it in the next card kit. And everybody will still get them. It's just, I want you guys to know that's what's going on with that part of the email that I sent you. Okay? All right. I want to let you know there's a golden ticket that everybody has that looks something like this. My golden ticket, I left it upstairs, but it would say Everyday Arches. It has today's date. That will help you reference this class if you don't necessarily put your cards together right away. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut all the designer series paper for this class so that we can insert them with the envelopes and then go to town making them. When are we able to get the arch dies? Ooh, Karen Wetstein, are you watching me? Can I ask Karen Wetstein if they are out of stock? I didn't realize they were out of stock, and I want to go look. But if Karen Wetstein or anybody else who's a demonstrator can confirm for Elaine Rebeck if these dies are out of stock, can you go to the inventory status report and let us know if there's a date for them? That would be awesome if anybody can do that for me. So in this pack here, you'll get 12 different sheets of designer paper, and I believe we used all but 2. I think we let 2 of them by the wayside. So what we want to do is make sure we grab the right one. So some of them look similar, like those 2 look similar, but just know that they're not the same. And I want to make sure we grab the right ones. So this one right here that has the Moody Mauve, Laura Sullivan says, okay, we got it, no problem. Good, 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 perfect. So this one right here is the one that goes with this card. So I'm just gonna lay out the papers so that we know what goes with what. Then there's this one right here has an inside mat that has that blue 42, that guy. So we're going to set him there. This one definitely goes with this card right here. And then there's another one back here. Let's take that out. That is this one. So we'll set these. And then there's an orange piece here. And that looks like this. So we use 3 pieces on this card. And there's also a pink one. We use 4 pieces. And that pink piece it's this petal pink one here. And so we actually got, I believe, 4 pieces on that card. Okay, Maria Gilbranson, yay, she's the speedy typer here. Elaine Rebeck, March 3rd, which is next week, Monday. So it should be in the week of March 3rd. All right, then we have this awesome one here that reminds me of cotton candy. That is for this card right here. Then there's this blue sky one. Now these look very similar. I will be honest with you. They do look similar. This one is, let me just see here. There's one with the sky. These clouds here are what's on the bottom. Okay. And then we have this one right here is this guy. So these 2 patterns that look very similar, I think. One has got pink, and these are eyes. One's blue with these little bird. It looks like birds actually, and then this is pink with the little birds. So those are for this one. This one has this piece is what we used behind here. So these 2 pieces that look like brush strokes of blue and the planetarium here, stars in the sky. Those 2 go with this one. And we're not quite done yet. Let's figure out maybe this one right here is the background piece for that. So these 2 are what go with this one. And then there was one, and that must be this one. Nope. That one. Hang on. Let's get this one. That is actually this one. That must mean that. So this is definitely this one. I thought this would be easier. These 2, I know for certain, those 2 go with this card. I was pretty certain about that. This one, let's switch these around. So this pink one, so the one with these little birds, it looks like, with that on the back, that guy is the petal pink background here. Where this one, right here, so these 2 that look like this, Or we'll go with this card. Now, you guys have some flexibility. Some of these patterns look similar, right? So if you don't want to, look at this. We used up all 12 sheets between the cards. Now, we didn't use them up 100%, but we used them in the design for each of them. So if you're working on this and you're like, oh man, I already cut this sheet up and this could be interchangeable, you could definitely do that versus cutting into them. All right, it says March 3rd. Go, you girls are so good. We got a bunch of people that said March 3rd. All right, so what I'm going to do is just layer these so I give myself a little room for cutting. And we're going to start with this one. Grab the cutter out, and we're going to start with the easy button first. This little DSP on the front here is 2 by 1.5. And there's really no direction to this for me, so you could pick whatever section you want of it. And hi, Donna Grushki. So it's 2 by 1.5. So I'm going to do a 2, and I'm going to guess where the 1.5 is, right about there. So I'm over 2, and I'm going to go up that way. Now I'm going to put this at 1.5, and I'm going to go to the 2. I'm notching this out. So instead of cutting off, I just notched out. And it's just to add a little bit of background here. Okay, so that's one piece. This can be used for your envelope or save it to make something pretty. And if you really don't care about a certain section of this, you could always have looked at the back and said, oh, I'm going to use this corner or this one because I really like this over here, right? Now this piece of designer paper is a 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And there's a certain section of this that we're going to grab it from. And it's actually this, hang on, it's this corner here. So this is the section we want because it allows us to stamp a couple birds right here, right? If you grab from this section, it means that it's really hard to see your birds. So we want to make sure we get this section right here, and it's 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And I want to cut 3 7/8 this way because it leaves this whole flap here that I could potentially use that on my envelope if I wanted. So this is the section I want, and I know it needs to be 3 7/8 wide. So I'm going to flip it around this way and put it at 3 7/8 here. Now this is extra. Put it on my extra pile. And now I need 5 1/8 tall. And just to confirm, this is the bottom, and we're going to be cutting off this top, which gives us this area right here to stamp the bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. So 5 1/8. And you could save this piece right here to put on the inside if you want. Otherwise, put it on your scrap pile. Have to catch the replay later after charged up. Sounds good. Thanks, Julie. All right. So we have these two pieces that go with this card. Instead of finding the envelopes, I'm just going to leave them with the card for right now. All right, let's save the arches for later. All right, let's do this one. It was just like, this is so pretty with the pink. I was really happy with this. So this DSP is a 3 by 4.5. So it's 3 inches wide by 4.5 tall. And what section of the paper is it? If you look here, you can see this really dark area right here. That's what we want in here. So Rosie Prouty said, is it big enough for an envelope flap? Yeah, this piece right here is definitely big enough for the envelope flap. And you could have it going this way on your envelope flap, or if you don't care, you could do this moody mauve color on that other side. But you also have this that you could use for your envelope flap if you want it to match more. All right, so I want this section here, and I said 3. So I'm gonna go 3. This paper should be 6 inches, so we're gonna go to the 3, like this. All right, so this is for you to make another card. So for those that have the everyday arches, you could use this side and make another card just like this and use this other half, or you could save this for your envelope flap. So it's 3 by 4.5. And if we look at this, we want to cut down here and save the blue so that we can see the blue here. Wow, my gems went all over the place. Did they go wonky on me? All right, let's put you back there. All right, we'll leave that out. So 3 by 4.5. So we're gonna take 4.5 from this side and cutting the purple off, sad face. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, so let's look at this because you could no, that almost fits there, but it's not quite the right color. So we'll put this on the scrap pile. So that goes here. And then there's a piece here that is, 2 2 1/8 by 1 5/8. So 2 1/8 by 1 5/8. Now the thing is, you got to find what section you want from this paper. I believe we used this. You see that right here? That little. This is what we used here, I believe. Nope, it wasn't. And it wasn't this. It wasn't that. It was really close to that. Oh, you know what I bet it was? That Diane and I cut out of the same piece here. So her card might have that, but this looks like it matches it pretty close. And what we can do is notch this out. Again, hi Joy Moody. So we have 2 1/8 by 1 5/8. So it's 2 1/8 wide. And I want this little section here. So we're gonna do 2 1/8 by 1 5/8. So we're gonna go right about maybe there. And then we need to do, I'm gonna go on the bottom here, 1 5/8. No, you can't quite see, but I'm going to do the same thing. And just, I'm notching out this little piece, and that's gonna go back here. So we got that. Now this can be for your envelope, or, oh, so pretty, oh, so pretty. I feel pretty. That is a pretty pattern too. But that's what we have for this one, are these two pieces. So we'll move that off to the side. We're still skipping the arches right now. We'll come to those. All right, this one's awesome. This is the front of your card. So it's a 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And this piece right here, if I'm not mistaken, we cut it off the top here, and we cut right here. And what we can do is we need 4 1/4, because the card base is 4 1/4. So because I have a little bit of, I don't want it to be too small. I'm gonna go a hair over 4 1/4, just in case, just because I can always. So what happens is I don't want to cut, and I guess we could take a chance. In case the card base is wider, then you have it long, and if your card base is shorter, then it's too, like the DSP is too long. Like, we'll go with it. We're just going to cut it at 4 1/4 and assume our card is actually 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. We're going for it. We can always trim the card base, or we can always fix the designer paper. So this is extra. It's not quite big enough for an envelope though. All right. And now we need 5 1/2, and we're assuming that the card base is 5 1/2. We can always trim either one of these to make it right, but we're cutting off the top. So we're cutting a 1/2 inch there. And then this now is the front of our card. Perfect. Okay. Now the clouds at the bottom here. Scrap, if you want it. These clouds here. We took this bottom section and we made rolling clouds. That's what we did to get this right here. And I think what we did is we cut out a section of the designer paper. We know it's 4 1/4, but I think what we did is we cut it at about 1 1/2, and then we just took our scissors. So we can cut this at 1 1/2 to cut the bottom off. This is a scrap, so you could use this for your envelope, make something pretty later in life. But here's what we have. We have this bottom part. Now, you could leave it flat if you really want to, but we didn't really want it flat. So we're gonna make it at 4 1/4 here, assuming our card is at 4 1/4. And we're gonna take our scissors and try to make clouds, rolling clouds, right? They're rolling in, the thunder rolls and the lightning strikes. And so to me, it's like making grass hills, I guess. I do one a little bit bigger there. And then we're gonna do another one like that. Okay, I'm okay with that. I know that this label is going to cover up part of it, so I'm not gonna be so picky about my rolling clouds. I can always shore them up later when we're actually putting the card together. But for now, these are the two pieces we need for this card. Hopefully that works for everybody. And then there are two cards that have arches. And I mentioned to you during class, or at the beginning, or not way at the beginning, just before, I said that you don't necessarily need to have the dies for this class in particular. And that's because we already die cut some arches for you. So you're gonna need, for this one, we're gonna need to grab the one with the pink, this one right here. So it's the second last one that looks like this. You're gonna wanna grab out the arch, this guy right here. And we'll need that when working with our designer paper. So for those of you who got the card kits from me, we already die cut, Tammy and her mom die cut all the arches. And I will tell you, we die cut your arch a little bit bigger than the sample. So when you're looking at this and you're like, oh man, it looks different. It is different. We wanted it to be a little bit bigger so that you see a little bit less of the pink up here. This one was a smaller die. And after we designed it, we're like, oh man, we're not going to redo the card because we already had cut the designer paper. We're like, we're not redoing and designing the card different because of it. But we also, at the same token, we wanted to be a little bit bigger of an arch. So this right here is what you're going to, so for those of you who have the dies, and I know in class on Monday night, Diane had the dies. And so she had her girls in class on Monday take the die that matched this one, the second biggest one, and she had them die cut right like this. She had them die cut it like that. It could leave a strip here for your envelope possibly, but she used the dies in class. Now for those of you who have the dies, go for it. Press that easy button and cut it out with the die cutting machine. For those of you who don't have the dies, and I promise you, you didn't need to have the dies, what we need to do is we need to get this piece of designer paper on here, and then we're going to use our scissors and cut it out, okay? The only thing that's going to happen is you're not going to have the stitching, right? There's stitching around the die. So on our card, we did it the old-fashioned way, and we used our scissors, and we ended up with no stitching, which is perfectly fine. It makes it look a little cleaner in the sky. We don't have stitching in the sky usually, but for those of you who don't mind the stitching, go for it. So we're going to do that in a moment. I want to really quickly cut this inside piece here because that is your traditional 5 1/4 by 4 mat on the inside using this piece. And to me, the star things are going like this, or this is more sideways. So it just looks like, I guess pick whichever way you will like it. You don't see a lot, but you do see, we cut this piece of white smaller so you could see more of the border. So whichever way you do it, I think I'm going to go like that. It's 5 1/4 by 4. So we need 4 inches wide. Save for your envelope if you so desire. And then by 5 1/4. And then there's a piece right here that is the perfect pop-up to make the easel, because this is an easel card. So these two pieces you need. And then now we're going to focus on this right here. So and we'll come back to that last card in a moment. It's just the same concept. So we might as well go ahead and glue this down. It's the second biggest one. Thanks for answering that, Rosie. I appreciate that. Yes, it is the second biggest one. And for those of you that want to die cut it, go ahead and die cut it first. And then you should be able to like match it right up on here. And I'm just going to lightly glue this. And I'm going to guesstimate. Let's pull the card out really quick so you guys can see it. Again, we use the second biggest one for this. And I want this blue crevasse coming down here to be right here. And I'm going to guesstimate like that, I guess, right? Okay. That's just a little guess. And all of yours are going to be slightly different depending on where you cut it. But I feel like here and here, so this will be right in the middle. And then what we're going to do, we're going to cut. And I use that, you don't want to cut into the white, but you can use it as a guide for your scissors. So kind of get your scissors butted up right next to it and try not to cut it. Right, so go here. Now when you get to the corner, the rounded part, just be a little more careful. You don't want it to be choppy. You want it to be nicely rolling. Again, this is another great concept that if you want to do this class, but you're like, oh man, I don't have these dies. That's okay. You don't even need to have these dies to do this class. We definitely designed it in a way. Now, if I was on my A game, for those of you who haven't glued yet, if I was on my A game, I would have glued this designer paper to the rough side here because that would have covered up the rough side. Now, you don't see the rough side back. And when we made our sample, we made it with navy instead of white. But You don't really see it anyways, but I would have definitely flipped it so that this rougher side got the DSP, because then you'd have the smooth side, but it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. All right. So we have this. I'm just going to cut that like that and that. I'm not one for wonky scraps like this, so let's just go like that. Okay, scrap pile. And that's what we have for this one, right? So that's ready now with this for this card. Okay, very good. Now on to the last one. So we did a little bit of pre-gaming for that one. So this last card, we also, okay, so the next one, it's that second, so your golden ticket was here, and it was this card right here. So let's grab that one out, and that's what we're actually going to start on first. We're going to just complete this one now from start to finish. You have the idea of what we're doing. So what we'll do first, though, is we'll cut this pink piece back here, and then we're going to cut that piece. And then what we'll do is we'll go right into our arches. And we're not going to forget to glue the copy paper in between, because I have a feeling that that's something I might end up doing. All right, let's grab this trimmers back out. And this piece of designer paper, 2x2. All right, so let's grab the 2x2. They came marching in 2x2. Anywhere on it, it all looks universal to me. We've got 2, and then I'm gonna flip down here. If you guys can see, I flip down here. I like to keep the paper up while I cut. So 2x2 is your diamond. Diamonds are forever, ever, ever. And then this Cajun designer paper was 1 by 2 5/8. And I like my lines to be going like this. So I'm going to go 2 5/8 wide and 1 inch tall. So we'll go 2. Is it really 2 5/8? Well, that's long. Hang on. That seems really long. Oh, maybe it is. Oh, it definitely is. Okay. That looked not that long to me. So 2 5/8. We're going to come down. Wow, that seems like really long. 1. And then here we're going to do 1 and come down to 2 5/8. That little guy is what goes there. Good deal. So scrap-a-roni. And Elaine, what DSP is it? It's the Everyday Skies. Thanks for answering that, Gina. I appreciate it. Yeah, Everyday Skies. So Elaine Rebeck, you'll have to check your emails from a couple weeks ago. Elaine, I sent you a link to the Beekeeper's Guide. You're going to absolutely love it, Elaine. And the next time you're at class, we need to make sure you can access it on your phone or know how to get it on your tablet when you're at home, because you will use that document a lot. All right, I think we're done with the trimmer for now. So let's put that away. And we're going to focus now on this arch card. So grab your pieces out from here. And this one's important. Make sure there's nothing left in the envelope. And what we're going to do is we have our copy paper in here, because we did grab them out of that other card. So we have 2 pieces of copy paper. You'll have 1, 2 labels, 3, and 4. So I missed 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys, literally. Sandy and her mom Tammy and her mom Sandy, they cut for 88 for this class, if I'm not mistaken, or 80 for this class, and they cut 4 of these for this specific card. All right, and that is because you need 4. 2 of them are for the ends, right? And then there are 2 that go in the middle. And what happens is we have, and I'm going to not forget to do it, the back all has nice and smooth. And then what happens is one in the middle has 2, and they're going to go like this, right? But before we go into we want to, so couple things. If you have your dies at home, you could definitely cut using your dies. So there are these 2 pieces of paper. And if we look at this, we have it so that it's this bottom left corner is the bottom here, and we cut that out. And that you'll have to use, for us not using dies, we're going to use this as a template, okay? So I don't want to glue it though, quite yet. I don't want to glue it because I do need to make sure before I glue it, I put this in here, right? That needs to get glued here. This is what's going to hold our cards together, or our arches together. But what happens is if I glue this already now, I won't be able to cut my arch. So I have to be very, very, very careful. So I'm going to hold this together with my hand. We don't have to cut the bottom, and we don't have to cut part here, but we want to cut from here and over. So I'm going to be very, very careful holding this with my hand. I'm going to hold it with my left hand. I'm righty, so I'm going to start cutting with my right hand. And I'm going to do my very best to not let them come undone, I guess. Deviate, move around, jump around. Right, so now I'm going to be very careful. Hold this together, and I'm going to twist and shout. Do the hokey pokey and finish cutting this way. Right, again, you don't have to have the dies to do what I just did. Oh my gosh, there it is. Perfecto changeo. So that one's ready to go. And remember though, I want to make sure I glue my rough dots this way and have it nice and smooth on the back. Okay, so that one's good to go, GTG. Now, I'm not a fan so much of that stuff. This could be for our envelope if we want. I'm not a fan so much of that kind of stuff, so I like to cut that stuff off and not have those little hangy things. All right, we need to do the same with this one. Hi, Barbara Gabi. All right, let's look at the card and see what section it is. We use, oh man, that's it right there. Same thing. We're gonna go with the bottom left here. We want it flush on the bottom, flush on the side. And we're gonna do the same concept. Bring your scissors up. Probably a good thing we're doing this one first because this is not something that would be, I would say, traditional. And you don't want it all jaggedy and wonky, so be very careful making your smooth rolled arch if you're not using the die. If you're using the die, reminder, you're going to get the stitching too. And if you don't want the stitching, you might consider doing this. Trying not to get the white. All right, there it is. Boom. Okay, so let me cut this off. Scrap pile. Scrap, scrap, me garbage. All right, I think we've prepped all the designer series paper. Just remember with this one, we want the rolling edge to be to the back and then the rough edge to be what we cover up. It should be universal, so like it should match perfectly. All right, on this one now, you have some labels. This one is from the Spotlight in Nature. This is from the Nested Essentials. And we tried to do this card so that so it's so happy to celebrate you, embrace the journey, best wishes. It would be great for somebody that's retiring, right? Because it's like, and I don't know, it's just like the beginning of the day to the end of the day, right? They've been on a journey, right? Your day is your journey. We were trying to be symbolic with this card. I hope we accomplished it. And if you have somebody who is graduating from school or on a journey, this would be a perfect card for them. All right, I already grabbed the stamps out. Yay to me for that. And so we have So Happy to Celebrate You, goes on the circle. The Best Wishes goes here. And we have Embrace the Journey and some birds. Bird is the word. It's going to go here. I use this hello quite a bit too in this stamp set. So these words, I do love the ones that are straight. The ones that are like this, I could take or leave. They're perfect for using with this stamp set and die set, like as a bundle, because they do curve. And we are going to use You Are Simply Fantastic on one of the cards, but they're very specific to these curved dies. So let's just grab the block really quick here. I did forget to bring out the birds. And we need navy ink for this one, which I have right here. So 4 things. Oh, and actually we'll need some gray ink on that. And I don't know if I pulled out the gray. So happy to celebrate you. You can go in here. Nice. And then we have Best Wishes. Can go here. It's nice because this set is photopolymer. I like photopolymer a lot. Perfect. And then we need, all right, on this guy right here, Embrace the Journey. We're going to put that across the top. It's nice that it's fitting that the sentiment is in the middle one. So we got Embrace the Journey. And then we have birds flying through the air, the greatest of ease, dive bombing our sentiment. All right. And then we actually have some birds over here, and they are in the color Smoky Slate. So we're going to need to clean her up like that, and we'll grab Smoky Slate. And stamp that over here. I think I did them at full strength. Got these guys just hanging out like that. Nice. Okay, easy peasy lemon squeezy for the stamping. All right, so this one went here. These went here in the middle. And we have this over here. And now let's focus on putting the card together. So you have your 2 pieces of copy paper. What I don't necessarily think you need to fold them at the moment. You want to make sure, so the copy paper, if you're going to make more of these at home, the copy paper needed to be shorter than where the arch started, because if it goes up here, you're going to see it in the middle of the arch. So what I did is you're going to glue this copy paper to the back side, it's like the inside, right? So the copy paper gets covered up. Now I'll tell you this, the main goal is that you cannot have these 2 flush against each other like this. The card will not bend properly. There has to be a micro gap. So there's a hair, hardly a hair. My hair is not big enough. I needed a bigger hair, so I had to work at this. So it won't even fold this way, but it folds this way, right? Which is what I needed it to do, to fold like this. But you do need to have a micro hair of gap in the middle there. Mind the gap, okay? So let's mind that gap. The gap is not so important on this one, so let's just glue this one down. And that can go, I'm not going to put it all the way to the bottom, but really close to the bottom, and about half of it. And I would advise, do not use copy paper that has something on it. I actually, on mine here, I have copy paper. I don't know if you guys, oh, you can see it. Look at, can you see right here? There's a line. You can see it. There's writing here, and there's writing here. I used copy paper that was a scrap that had printing on it, and you can see through it because that's how it works. All right, so now this one is going to need to get glued right here, but I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap. So we're going to go right about here, and I'm going to put this over the top. I'm going to make sure that I'm flush on the bottom, and then I'm going to pull it back just a hair. I can see here there's a gap right there. And this one, so this folds like this. So that one's going to need to go basically this way. So you might do a little test of the public broadcasting system before you get crazy gluing more. Fold it backwards, make sure it folds backwards, because you gotta account, you have to have a slight open area there for it to be able to fold backwards. Now for this one, we have another one like this. You can put it next to it so you know how high to glue. We're gonna put it in about the same spot. And it doesn't matter if you have more on one side or less on it, it doesn't matter because it gets covered up. So we're gonna put that here, and we're gonna do the same thing. This is gonna go here, right? So where's our guy right here? Okay, let's move you out of the way. So this one's gonna go here. Remember, you wanna have on all these, the little rough dots up. Hi, Angelique. So on this one, we're gonna need it to go this way. So we're going to put a little bit of glue, 42, right there, and mind the gap again. So flush on the bottom, and then I'm gonna pull it back a hair, right? And I'm gonna fold it shut and make sure that when it folds shut, it goes like that. Okay, so now what happens is this will go like that, and perfect. So right, you got it like that. It's like that. Now we can glue all of our pieces on the top. So grab that glue. Oh, let's just do one at a time. I was going to do them all, but this should fit nicely right over the top. If you cut it good. I like to use my fingers as guides to make sure it's all flush. And then go close to the edge, do a little bit of glue here. Now this is our middle one. Just gonna go right here. Make sure you're nice and straight. Oh man, I gotta get to the bottom. Let's go like that. Nice. See, and you can, I mean, on this card, you can hardly see any, and that's because we didn't plan for it. Now, I was able to plan for it, so it's gonna be a little bit more of a white in the middle there, but not that noticeable. And we're gonna do a little bit here. Okay, and then this is for this one, right over the top. And there it is. That's how we do that. And now you have another piece in there, so this is still gonna be able to shut because we struggle bust it because we did definitely not have enough here. We had to finagle it, and eventually, if you don't have enough, your designer paper and this, it's gonna start to bend and roll backwards. Mary loves it, yay. And Shelly Cooper missed about 10 minutes. Oh no! You might have to just catch this one specific part, how to do this. So that's how we put it together. Very intriguing. And I mean, you could have this be continuous. Like you could have done 2 more if you wanted, or 4 more. But now we've got easy part. The ribbon. So on this one, we used the petal pink ribbon for both of the labels behind. And what you can do is grab some tear and tape. And it's behind the white label, and here it's behind the pink. And I think I liked it behind the pink, but I should have used dimensionals behind the pink and not behind the white. So we're going to do it a little bit different. So we're going to put that there and grab 1 for later. We're going to grab 2 later and grab 2 now. So this goes top and bottom. All right, so let's pick these all off. All right, so on this one, I've got a loop. Oh, you know what? I've got them kind of angling, so let's see if we can make that happen. So I've got a loop, bring it back to make a tail, and it's awesome that diagonal, you can follow the diagonal of the ribbon for cutting it, and then cover that up. Now you could have just gone back and forth if you wanted, so I'm going to try to make this one angling that way. So we're going to do a loop, tail, diagonal cut, button it up. All right, so that's set. Now over here, I've got a loop, a tail, tail. So how do we do that? We're going to do a loop, like that, bring it back, make another loop, and then bring the tail down. Now the diagonal on me is going this way, but I don't want it to diagonal that way. So I am still going to cut it against the diagonal here. So we're going to go like that. And we're going to shore up the back so it doesn't come apart later in life. And I'm going to pull off just this bottom part. And we're going to attach another ribbon here. And if I do this just right, I can use the tail as it is, like that. And then cut that off. And there are 2 sides to this ribbon. I am looking at this. One is shinier than the other one. So I don't know if the naked eye will ever catch that, but I do see that here I've got the front or the back, and then I've got the opposite, but I don't think whoever you give the card to is going to catch that. And if that bothers you, you could recut so that it's not like that, but I'm okay. I'm going to let it be. Let it be, let it be. We're gonna hang on to you for later. And then I talked about that I would rather pop this up and then glue my label flat. I think that will help a little bit. So we're going to pop it up. And then this one, the label is gonna get popped up. Something like that. So let's pick those off. And then this will capture the cage, and let's just test it out. We need about that much on each side. So we're going to go like that and hope that and over just a little bit more. like that. Perfect, okay? Decent. This one. So I might trim my tails, or I just might move this up higher, right? So my tails, where this is right about here, I don't need to trim much of my tails. So I might just give them a slight haircut just to fit on the card a little bit better. So we're gonna go like, yeah, that might be the trick. That does the trick. That's good. So this is not quite hitting the edge over here. So there's that one. And now this will get glued flat. And we'll glue this one flat. That will go in here, like that. And this guy goes over here, right there. Voila, as Kelly would say. Grab your sparklies, two-tone gems, and I've got them we've got them on the front and the back. So big, 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 and then I've got small. Press them down good so they don't fall off later in life, and then put a small one right there. Perfect. So I've got a big and a small, and then a big and then a small. We did it, and the card closes very nicely, and it fits into your envelope, right? So it's a regular A2 size envelope. How is that? You like it? Very cool. So sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset. All right, we got one done. Whew! That one was, I think, the one that would be the most cumbersome for somebody, especially if you've not done one with arches like that. And I guess we're gonna throw that away. Cool beans. All right, so let's do the other arch card. Since we already started it, let's pull that out. It's right on the top here. It's a pinky-licious one. And it also has a little scrap that I just threw on the floor, so we need that. I don't think we're gonna need dies anymore. Never even used them to begin with. So this one uses blueberry bushel for ink. Ooh, I think that's actually navy, in the navy. So we'll keep navy out. And I think it's probably this one right here. Be careful pulling out your bits and parts on this one because the card is a hot dog style, so you might have stuff in there. Oh, I'm glad you guys like that card. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So it is an easel card, and we do have a score here for you. And we have a piece of white for your inside. This is for your outside, and a label. Now, for some reason, I'm getting stuff like this. On my cutter, it leaves sometimes a little residue, and they've started to give me those cards, which is great. I'd rather I get them than you guys get them. But if it ever sneaks past quality control, and you guys get where there's a little bit of black residue, all you have to do is take your ink eraser, and it disappears. Okay, so we're all good there. Now this folds like that. You're gonna wanna grab your bone folder and burnish this, right? So it actually goes like that, like a mountain. Okay. Easy button is doing our inside. So we made this a thank you card. So the inside looks like this. Right, so you could stamp a sentiment if you want. I'm not going to worry about a sentiment at this moment in my life. Whoever gets the card as a prize can always stamp something on the inside. So you have your Designer Series paper mat, which goes right there. And then you have your white mat. That should fit right in the inside of that. And if you're Mary Lemke, you might consider die cutting something out of the middle if you want. But I don't have a tendency to do that on the inside of stuff, because when you're going to write your love note, then you have like a divot down. So that's not always like you could always forgo cutting, but I know it's hard covering up Designer Series paper, I guess is my point. This is going to get popped up with some dimensionals. So grab a few of those. And you can kind of figure out where you want it. we put this not at the bottom so that it would have more of a incline here. If you put it down here, let's say, right, you could put it there, your easel is going to be a little bit less, right? So depending on where you put that arm is where your easel is going to end up. And I have it so that you see a little bit of white, and it should go end to end with your designer paper. You can drop that down then. So that'll be the easel that catches that. And then you have a piece of navy with the plaster of Paris here. So do a little dry fitting, make sure that that fits here. We do understand that now that the arch is bigger, you're really not going to see a lot of the embossed matte here, but it is what it is. I guess I'd rather see a bigger arch than the more embossing, but these are just going to get glued down. So let's go grab a little glue on this, and then our navy. I should have done a dry fit on the navy, but I'm going for it. I think it should fit right in between this section panel right here. See that with liquid glue, you can move it for a little bit in time. And then this will go right here. Oh, I had a thought, you guys. So Kelly helped me on Tuesday, and today, Thursday. She helped me figure out my team, the Be Happy Stampers. So just to give you an update on where we're at with our team swag, let me show you. This is what my living room now looks like. We got, with her help, today we got everything. Well, there's Hunky. You guys haven't seen the kittens in a little while. So there's Hunky in a tote, right? They love the little tote. And so I had to get a couple pictures of him. But the team swag, in case you guys are on my team and you're wondering where we're at, we've got some piles here. And if you check that out, all of these different piles are different orders. And so we've got it all laid out. And the update is, unfortunately, Kelly missed ordering all of the 2XLs of the short sleeve yellow. And there were 9 of them. So that one first picture I showed you is everybody who's waiting for that size with the Be Happy Stampers. And so lo and behold, we got them ordered today. They should be here tomorrow. I've got hoppers on standby, and they are going to print them the day after. So like if I get them for imprint or hoppers tomorrow, they're going to run them on Monday. And if I get them to them on Monday, they'll print them on Tuesday. So that's where we're at. So anybody else that we're going to try to get them shipped out yet here, like the goal is to ship out by Monday, so that you guys get them in time for Raleigh. Yay! I took dimensionals to the back of this. You can see here, I put them on the bottom of here and I put them at the top here because I don't want to risk putting anything over. And I have this lined up so it butts up with the bottom of the white here, and that you see the navy. You know, and I was thinking here, I'll be honest, we could make it so that you see the white all the way around. So you see a little bit more of the embossing. So a slight deviation here. We have the white border all the way around. And you can see that your arch is going to be bigger. So it covers that up. If you wanted to put a little bit of texture back here, you could take one of your pieces that matches this one. So maybe like this one. You could put more clouds back here if you want. If you want to see a little bit more cloud action, one that matches really nicely, so you have more clouds going on. That would be a possibility. And what we have left then is to do thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's grab the navy ink, and we're going to do thank you so much. Oh, ink on the fingers. If you want to practice, I would definitely practice. Hi, Jay Shante. Yes, so Jay's going to be working with me to get everybody their totals. So Jay, I just showed, I don't know if you saw it, Jay. I don't know if you just tuned in now. This is where we're at. Got 9 piles there, and I got everybody else's there. Kelly helped me get this done today. Thank goodness she came today to help with that. Ooh, after the paper pumpkin, that's what we got her doing. All right, that looks good. So Jay, you're on my radar to get you the amounts that stuff costs so that you can tell everybody their totals. All right, so this is going to go right about there. Nice, I got that straight. And that's it for stamping on this one. And this one, we use the white diagonal stripe ribbon. So have that ready. And I think, oh, I was going to pick that up. It's already taped down. I think I didn't go across. I did a loop and a tail and a loop and a tail. You did see the pic, yay! So we're gonna do a loop and a tail and a loop and a tail. So up here around the A and the N, we're gonna do, like right there, we'll do a loop and a tail. Grab that ribbon scissors and grab the tear and tape that's ready to go. And then we're gonna do the loop and a tail on that side. Let's see. That looks right about what I want. Okay, so you definitely need to put some tear and tape back there to hold that little flapper down, the tail. And then this got popped up with dimensionals. Let's put one here. We're gonna sneak one right in the middle there. It doesn't generally stick where the tear and tape waxy paper is, but I caught some of the pink paper at least. And then this, I have it more to the right. I used a different pattern. Did you guys notice that? I did. Can you tell? This is not I'm like, where's the peach and where's the pink in this one? So I must have flip-flopped patterns. So for those of you who didn't start and pull out your paper, I bet you any money that there's a different pattern in there. No, it's got to be the same. It's the same. I grabbed a different spot of it. Okay. Whew, that makes me feel a little bit better. I'm not going crazy. All right. I see that little hook thing right there is right here. And apparently I must have grabbed for here the more pink in the bottom instead of the top. It still looks, and I know it's the bigger arch, so that might have something to do with it too. That's probably what is more to do with it than anything. And I don't think it really matters very much, but that's exactly what happened. Oh, here's the bottom. All right, so there's that bottom that I didn't use. So if I would have started, okay, so for those that haven't done your arch yet, just know that if you want to see more of this color at the bottom, it's not very different. I'm sure you guys probably didn't notice it. Maybe you did, but if you want more of this at the bottom, put this on your arch at the bottom, and then you'll cut off more of the sky, right? But because we used a bigger arch, it's not going to make that big of a difference, I don't think. But it was the right pattern, okay? So that was at least a good thing. All right, so that is going to be like that. Now you can grab some of your two-tone sparklies. And let's see, we'll put one in the white, one next to it. A big guy, put that right there, do a little one on our label, maybe another one down here. Okay. So the sparkles they remind me of cotton candy too. They have pink and blue in them. And there we go. We've got that one done. I've been skipping Stella. I guess I wasn't in, I haven't been stelling. So we'll come back. We still have 3 cards to do. So we'll see if we have time for stelling. Yeah, Jenny says the die is bigger. Yes, it is bigger, but I still could have accounted for that bottom part by not taking the top and gluing the bottom here. I would have had less blue at the top there, and I would have had this. So your call, though, however you guys, now that you know that that is a possibility that could happen, just be aware. Be aware. All right. On to the next one. Okay, our rainbow no agenda card. I love it. So Kelly loves rainbows. She cannot wait till she starts her Stampin' Up! Family team. She's already got her team name picked out, and it has to do with rainbows. Someday, she said she will have an amazing team. And I'm like, most people have a hard time picking out a team name. She's already got her team name, just needs to get rolling with a team. All right, so this is a white base. So let's grab this one. And let's see what's going on for me here. We have a white with an azure. So the azure is our back mat. Let's dry fit that. So I like to do the dry fitting. Angelique loves the DSP, yay. I like to do the dry fitting just to make sure in case, like I don't see a lot of the azure. So knowing that, I could always take my trimmer and trim my white mat on the inside just a hair more so that I see a little bit more of the azure. And I'll do a hair on both sides here. And then that's better. I like to see just a little bit more of the blue. Okay, and then we have here lots of rainbows. So we have the fresh freesia with balmy blue, lemon lolly, peach pie, petal pink, and then we have a little scrap of petal pink fur at the bottom, and then you have a white one. And that's what's gonna go on here. And then furnish your edge here. So very much with a hot air balloon. You are simply fantastic. It's gonna go on here. And then we've got thanks and so very much. So we have thanks, so very much. All right, I don't know if I grabbed them out actually. One moment, please. I need more words. Choose your words. So I need so very much and thanks as well. Oh, I have a template. Ha! I didn't even realize I had a template, but that is in case you guys are curious that's what my template looked like. This is what we used. So I have 4 little Humpty Humps going on, but I didn't use my template for doing tonight. That's okay. So there's so very much. We got the words like that. And then this right here is easy peasy. So what we're gonna do is put that down. There was just a little fray there. So we're gonna put this down and we may trim or we may not have to trim. So let's just get that on here though. I think I'm gonna go for the card base. Like that. A little bit of glue. Let's put that down. Make sure my side is nice and flush. And if it's not, so if I have any DSP that is hanging over, I could take my scissors here. We're just gonna go right up. Try not to cut into your card base. So now that's nice and flush. Okay, so that's off. This is where I said, well, it depends on what size the card is. So here, we could do a little bit off the bottom because I am overhanging just a little bit. Like that. And now, when I glued it, I have a little bit of white at the top here showing. So that's where I may just grab this. And we're gonna shore this up. And cut that off a little bit. I'm just... see if that worked or not. And it didn't really. Okay, because it's such a little hair. So we're gonna grab our scissors. You see what it did is it frayed it a little bit. There wasn't enough on the other side of the cutter to actually cut that off. So we're just gonna use our scissors. And now you're probably like feeling like Freddy Krueger here that we're chopping this all to smithereens. So we got the front done, but now the back is gonna be longer. So we're gonna hold it shut. And you guys might have just left yours, right? If you're not as picky, you'd be like, yep, I'm leaving it. But I'm going to take and shut the card. And we might just call it good like this. Like that. Okay. Let's open it up and so, okay. So what's happening is when I cut that, it made this little rolled edge because that's what this kind of a track cutter does. It makes a rolled edge. I would have probably opted to use, I have a guillotine and I can kind of see that this started to roll over and now I want to cut that little roll off. There it is. There. Now you can't really see that little bit of white that's hanging out there. Okay, now I've made a hot mess of white frayed paper everywhere. Okay. Let's get rid of that all. All right, there's some over here. And we need to let's do our little bit of stamping and then we can get assembly happy. So with this, You Are Simply Fantastic, I put it on the block and I haven't tested it yet. I was gonna test it with you. Thanks for liking and sharing, Melanie. You used a larger die. Yep, I sure did. So then this, I'm gonna test it out to make sure that the stamp is where I want it to be. I can see that the stick is going a little bit off. So what I'm gonna do is pull this curved down. They're photopolymer, you can bend your stamps. So we wanna make sure we have it fitting here before we actually get inked up. And now I think that's in a good spot. We're gonna grab some Azure ink. Like this. So I got a whole bunch of blue ink here, but I'm not gonna rock my stamp, I promise. So we're gonna get this right situated. I guess right there. Okay, let's let that marinate for a moment. And I'll grab that sentiment. And then we need thanks. Now if you rock your stamp, you're gonna get ink all over there, but it wouldn't matter because the rainbows go there to cover it up. Nice. Okay, so that's done. And then on the inside we had so very much. And then there was a hot air balloon in there. And that hot air balloon comes from this set. So it's got planes and birds. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman. And then a hot air balloon. So let's grab the little guy right here. And we did that. We had to pull in some purple somewhere, you guys. So we made that be fresh freesia. And fresh freesia is on the table, I think. Because I have, for class tomorrow, we have Sale-a-bration Hoorah Rah. And we have it pulled out already. So we need, you could do your hot air balloon whatever color you want, but I felt we needed a little bit of purple up in the top. All right, that's it for that one. So I think that's it for stamping. Now we get to put this together. Oh, we're not done. We need thanks. So you have a little bit of gray that you could pull here. You could do gray granite, or you could do smoky slate, or you could do, oh, I bet you any money, I bet we use basic gray. A little bit darker. So let's try basic gray just to see, and if we don't like it, we can always flip it over. Right, like that. I think that's basic gray. Yeah, that'll be fine. Just a little bit darker so that it shows off more. And then I think we're ready to start putting this one together. Lots of gluing, all right? So let's flip this. Oh man, I didn't put my cover back on. So my glue tip is starting to get dry. So that can go onto the Azure. And then we can put that on the inside of the card. We always need purple in our life. Yes, I agree. Okay, another public service announcement. My team made the executive decision for me that for the next benefit, the MS benefit that's coming up in April, that they want to donate, that we should get donations for all of the materials for class, for the cards. And so I started to work on the grocery list, and I have it started and almost done, and I'm going to be creating, like I did for the Wounded Warrior project, that benefit. I'm going to put it out there as a I'm going to put it as a Google form in Excel that you guys can go sign up for whatever you want to help donate. Lots of cardstock is needed, and then some gems, ribbons. some different adhesives for assembling cards. So just know that's coming. I'm 80% there. I have it started, I just didn't put it into the Google yet. All right, let's glue these guys together. So we're gonna flip them all upside down. Oh, they're so pretty. All these pastel colors together. So you got a little bit glue on all of these. Oh, he was the wrong way. He needs to go like that. And this way. So you guys can stay tuned. My goal was to get it out today, and my goal now is to do it tonight. And I want to do it tonight because if anybody wants to take advantage of sale-a-bration to get perks for anything, that you have tomorrow yet to do it, because tomorrow is the 28th of February. It's the last day to take advantage of sale-a-bration, meaning joining Stampin' Up. There's a great sign-up special right now if anybody wants to join. I'd love for you to become a bee if you're looking to join. We open our wings to anybody. And there's also a great perk if you want to put in it's actually $300 order. You get extra $30 of host rewards. And then if you spend $60, you get a sale-a-bration item. So just know that that ends tomorrow. Isn't that so pretty? I love it. So I'm not worried about the bottom. I was always eyeballing the top, right? Because the bottom gets covered up. This is so thick that it needs to be flat, right? So we're going to put this on flat onto the front here. I included $10 in your March order for you to use any which. Oh, perfect. So Kathleen will use that to get one of the spools of ribbon, or we'll use it towards the product. So I'll sign you up for one of the products, like one of the ribbons or one of the gems that we need. So make sure you're not covering up your tick. This goes all the way aligned with the white edge over here, right? So make sure you're kind of straight along that edge right there. Right, so it comes down like that. Then we have two things left here that need to get put on. One is this, right? So that should fit right nicely on the front. And because this is already popped up so much, what I'm going to do is pop it up more around it. Like this. Around town here. And I think I'm going to put it at the top there. And then we'll put one right there. All right. Then I think we'll put a little tear-in tape across that. Because by the time we added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of paper, it is about the equivalent of a dimensional. So pull these all off. And then I had started to pull a piece of tear-in tape along the bottom of that. And we're going to need one waiting in the wings, 2 actually here. Oh wait, let's do this first. I'm going to try to capture one side and then the bottom. Make sure I'm straight, go all the way to the other side, back to the other side. Oh, that looked really straight. And there's not much that needs to get cut off of that. Okay, just the minor hair. So perfect, we got our clouds on the bottom. And then what we have are 2 white tails and then a pink tail. So I've got a nice cut there. So I'm going to use that to my advantage. Put that right there. Trim that off. And then bring a white one like this. It's going to get cut against the grain, so that's all right. So we're going to go like this. Angelique said she's going to be donating money for supplies. Perfect. Yes. Yeah. Anybody who wants to donate money for supplies, shoot me a message of how much you want to donate, and then I can put your name in for certain things, and then I will get them ordered on your behalf. That would be perfect, because then I'll have everything shipped right here. So just know that if you know you want to donate money, just send me a message and I'll make sure that I get you guys signed up for certain things right off the bat. Okay, so we're going to put another little pinky here, like that, just to add a little bit extra color on this one. And I think, there's a couple ribbons back there, but don't know if I want to keep popping. I don't want to pop up more, so we're just going to put a little tear-in tape across here. And like that. And then that goes, so this pink should be as wide as the pink rainbow. I didn't test it, but I think it is. We're gonna put that right about here. And then grab your two-tone sparkle gems. It looks like I lost one over here, so we'll add one back. Like that. Yeah, so anybody that's looking to donate money to go towards materials, and you want to send me a quick note telling me how much you want to donate, I can make sure I get your name into the list of materials that are going to be donated, and then I'll get that ordered. My goal will be to order tomorrow so that we can get some sale-a-bration rewards. All right, that's what we got. That's a pretty one. It's very soft and delicate. So you are simply fantastic. Thanks so very much. All right. Boom. That's 2. 3. We got 3 done. Okay, so what is it? It's 10-2. All right, we have 2 more to do, but I don't think that they're very hard. The next ones that we have going on, we have this really pretty one. So let's grab the envelope that has the blueberry base. Grab your bone folder. All right, let's grab this and burnish it. Jean shoot, this DSP would really work well with the Adventurous Sky Bundle. Absolutely, you can see airplanes flying through the sky. Could you please include me when you send the list of supplies needed? So what I'm going to do for the list of supplies needed, I was actually going to announce it on a team email, Deb, and then on the Facebook group. And then as soon as I'm going to give everybody like 24 hours, and then I was going to post it out to the community and put it on my Facebook page. So stay tuned. You'll definitely be included when I send it to the Facebook. And you're on Facebook, so I think you are yet. You'll definitely see it when I post it on Facebook, because I'll post it on my page and then I will forward it to both of my groups that I send stuff to. So we have here an arch. Look at this, you guys. It's an arch. And that's what we use for the label. And then we have that, right? Now, did you guys notice this? Does this look familiar to you at all? Because you're probably thinking to yourself, wow, that doesn't look like anything that has to do with this set of 5 cards. And you are correct. If you observe that, you are correct. Now, can you guess what this was from? It was the wishing, the little label, and all the flowers. We kitted this class up at the same time that we kitted up Delightful Floral or Floral Delight Sweet class. So we definitely use that to our advantage. And you might be thinking, well, you'll see it. No, you won't, because this will go here, and then this will go here, and no one will ever be the wiser that this is wholly back here. Okay? So do a dry fit. Make sure that your Melon Mambo fits around there nicely. And then you also have a Melon Mambo and a white that will fit here, like that. So perfect. Okay, so what we have on this one is a little bit of Blueberry Bushel. And we have here Sending Hugs. And that one can get inked up and put right on the outside. So what's nice about these is all these card designs are very universal. You don't have to use them for sending hugs. You could make this a birthday card. You could make this a thinking of you card. It's very, maybe a little bit too bright and cheerful for a sympathy card, but hey, it could definitely, be that if you want it to be. And all you need are sentiments to go on the inside. What did I do on this one? Oh, we've got hello, and then the birds at the top. So the hello you call, is it me you're looking for, is also from the Layering Leaves. Paper conservation at its finest. Oh, you know it, girlfriend. Oh, you do. You guys, we try to do as much paper conservation as we can. And it's going to make your card weigh a little bit less so that you might not be over an ounce for your postage. All right, so there's hello. And then I'm going to make sure we grab our birds. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word, and they are dirty birds. So we got to clean them off and have it dive bomb into here. Let's have it going off to the page. All right. I think that's it for Stamp-a-Rooney here. Might be it for the blueberries. All right, let's get glue happy. Right, we did a little bit of dry fitting. So we could glue glue, not that. This is flat. Okay, I think we're going to try it. We're going for it, going for the gold here. So, Melon Mambo, white inside, designer paper, white holy paper, holy macaroni flowers all over the place. All right. Jean will send 25 for the benefit. You know that the MS project is near and dear to your heart. Yes, praying for a cure. Absolutely. Yes, and I remember you got one of the raffle baskets. Not last year, but maybe it was last year that you got a raffle basket. You were a winner chicken dinner. And this is going to go here. Do this first. And then this. Like that. On the inside. And then this one. We set it up that you should just center it in here. And if you want to do a little test of the public broadcasting system, you could already just put that in there and make sure it looks good. Button that up. Dimensionals all the way around this. All the way around the arch. You could use the small ones if you want, whatever. However many you think are necessary to make sure it's not saggy middle syndrome here. All right, there we go. That's good. Do you think I can get these all in one false swoop? I have a very good thumbnail going on right now. That's not broken on this side. Oh, I got it. Yep. That one I couldn't do it with, but I can do it with that one. This one took a digger sometime. Just snapped right off. In the cold weather outside, I was carrying something, and it just didn't treat me well. There it is. Okay, this little guy is going to also get popped up in this middle area here. Let's pretend we know where it's going to go. Something like that. Yep, that should give it some support. It's really good. Oh, we can't put that down quite yet because we have ribbon. Laura, I'll put 25 in the mail tomorrow so you can shop tomorrow. Perfect. So Jean and Laura and Angelique, if you could do me a favor. And I know I'll try to remember that the three of you want to donate money like that. That's perfect. If you can follow up also with an email or a text. So I have it on my radar that when I look at my phone or my email that I make sure I get you on the list for those, for that dollar amount for stuff. I am going to fold that in half and have that come out the end here. You could make this a shaker card. Absolutely, Debbie. So for anybody that hasn't put their card together yet and you have window sheets at home, so you need window sheet, you could definitely put the plastic behind here. And the bokeh gems would be so pretty. So Kelly just used the bokeh gems in her paper pumpkin class this morning. You could definitely put the bokeh gems in there and make this a shaker card. It would be phenomenal. Definitely agree. All right, so now that we got our little bit of ribbon behind here, coming out the end like so, we're gonna put that down. It should capture on there. And then our tag, oh, that might be too much at the end, but we'll see here. Oh, thank you, Angelique. That's an amazing donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, I'm not good at signing up. No, Laura. I think a couple of you were, with the Google form, not so successful. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put a dimensional over here because a little bit of that's hanging off the edge too much. So we're going to go like that. Cool beans. There it is. All right, on to the two-tone. Tommy two-tone here. Do one there. The gems were really nice. They matched a lot of these cards very nicely. I think you could call it like that. I mean, if you wanted, you could put another one here and here. I mean, you do have a whole pack of gems, so use as many as you want. Whew! All right, and for it's 5-2. That one actually went together lickety split, and you guys are going to be amazed. This last one also is going to go very smoothly, I think. If you guys did the escape with me, you're going to notice and recognize this card as I call it the double dipper, because we used it for the escape but it is a very pretty card, so it doesn't hurt to have two. And then this one will be your last envelope. And Calypso Coral with Night of Navy using the Plaster of Paris. You know what? I could have sworn that the Plaster of Paris was part of that suite, and I maybe missed seeing it. Whoa, that got really small on me fast. Where's that plaster? Oh, the Plaster of Paris was part of the mixed media floral. Okay, so this embossing folder here, it's called Plaster of Paris. It's my new go-to embossing folder. It was part of the mixed media floral suite of products, but that launched at the same time as the Everyday Arches. So, all right, that answers my question. Good. All right, let's see what we got. Another arch used as a label. Yay. We have a really skinny mat here. We got the arch cut out of it. You guys will see next month, not next month, actually in April, the IPS is going to use the inner part of this arch. We saved it, and it'll be used on a future class. And do a little dry run here. Make sure your white fits in there as you desire. I'm good with that one. So we can already glue this down because that just goes right on to the front of your card. And this is Laura's favorite. Oh yes, the coral with navy. Definitely a winner chicken dinner. All right, I don't remember if I burnished this, so I'll do it again, just in case. Now this one, because this is navy, I might recommend using the black dimensionals. And look at this, I have this side here, which is perfect. And I'm gonna cut that right down the middle. And now it's skinny enough to use on the, ooh, that's really cutting it close, but that'll be used over here. And then put one on this side. So that'll help us with a lot of support. And we finished off a sheet, which is amazing. Now let's grab a new sheet. We're gonna put one of these in each of the corners, and now we can use this side. And that goes right here, like that. And then, things that make you go, let's use a little bit of this guy right through the middle here. Now, we have no saggy middles going on, and there's no reason why we can't flip this onto the card front. You have to be very, 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 very careful. There's not a lot of wiggle room with this one. If you start putting it down and it is crooked, you're not going to be so successful pulling it up, I promise. I have to check to see if I have this embossing folder. You better. It's gonna. So they got rid of my painted textures. They got rid of the textured tile from like a couple of years ago. Subtle is gone. I love embossing folders that add texture but aren't intrusive, I guess. That they look subtle, right? All right, I'm going for it. So I flipped it over this way, and I wanted to do a test to eyeball how much I have going around each edge, right? So I eyeballed it. Okay, now I'm gonna try my darndest. I'm gonna start at the top, and it's hard. It's gonna be hard, but let's go for it. So there he is. There it is. Okay, if you get crooked, you just gotta go with it, right? And I don't think I was too crooked. I'm okay with it. It looked all right. That's how I would do that. I do notice that my bottom edge here isn't quite, so some of you might get that every now and then when you get a card kit from us, that it might have like just a little bit of overflow edge here. That is completely fixable. If you take, I would not take my rotary cutter thing. I love little guillotines like this. I'm gonna actually take my guillotine and chop it like that. Make sure your finger's not in there, right? That is definitely not something you want to do to skin, okay? And I knew it was gonna be tough, so I just made it happen. All right, now this one is going to get glued flat right about there. So let's go for it. And our blue inside, let's go for that too. All right, and here's that one. So I see a little bit of the orange over there. You don't want to cover up all that orange on the side. So let that kind of shine through. And then it could make, oh yes, this would make a very pretty sympathy card. I second that notion. All right. Has anyone else noticed the Stampin' Up! Is now adding a note online that things are a part of the suite they belong of? Well, that's nice. That would be a win-win if they note it, because I will tell you that you don't always know things are part of a suite. And so you buy the suite and then you're shopping and then you're like, oh man, I really like that embossing folder, but you just bought the mixed media suite and now you just bought the plaster of Paris embossing folder and now you have 2 plaster of Paris embossing folders and you don't really want 2, right? Oh, so that sounds like a good thing. Now the hello, hello, hello is from here. And what did we put on the inside? Things that make you go, Birds. Okay. We got birds. The birds, they definitely got a workout tonight. So we're done with embracing the journey. We have embraced the journey and now we're on to the hellos. And our birds need to get a bath because they are dirty birds. And we need the navy in the A, navy. So Angelique said she loves the new plaster painting embossing folder. I used it for the first time over the weekend. Yay, good. And so you guys, it is not called plaster of Paris, okay? That is just what I call it because whenever I hear plaster, I always think of Paris. I lost my stamp. Oh man. Okay. So if you're wondering what I did is I licked my finger and I'm hoping that picks it up. Oh, it's not going to. Okay. We're gonna have to do this. Then we're gonna do this. And we're gonna use our nails and push it down. Push it real good. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. And then we're gonna go to scrap paper and push it real good. Okay, let's try this again. Now that I got blue 42 fingers. All right, we're good. Okay, Humpty Hump on the right, straight on the left, hello in the middle. Hello, 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 right there. Good. Bird, bird, birds. So birthday card, sympathy card, right? So I guess for sympathy, I'd probably find out with sympathy for the outside. And there is a with sympathy. If you guys took note here, I lied. I thought there was a sympathy in here. There is not. Forget that, retract what I just said. But there are sympathy sentiments elsewhere. And that's what you could definitely stamp on the inside. All right. We're going to shut this up. A little bit of glue. I see a happy face in the DSP on the left-hand side. I gotta look to see if I see what you're seeing. So there's a perfect little white piece on the inside. I see a happy face. I wonder if it was down over here. We need a little tear and tape. Getting to the end of my roll, guys. All right, let's see here. 2 of these for later. Now, this is such a little area. You might consider just doing one false swoop. Oh, look at this, I'm at the end. You could go back and forth, or you could do your loop tail, loop tail. Let's see what I can do here. We're gonna do, we need tear and tape back here. Hang on. You're gonna definitely want it on the top and the bottom. I just checked it out. That's so helpful. Okay, there's that. We're gonna do, okay, I'm gonna take the satiny side up. I'm gonna make a loop. Bring it back this way. Make a loop. I feel like it's a lot. Okay. I guess I'm gonna do a loop and a tail. I suppose I should have done a tail. All right, so I guess if we're gonna do this, we would do a tail. You can tell I don't do this very often. A loop, because I usually cut it and then so then we have a tail, a loop. And then I made it look like a bow. All right, so that was a tail loop cross like that. And it's good. The only thing I noticed is that the satiny of the ribbon didn't end up there. So let's do a twisty twist in the back here. Bring the satiny up and bring it across as satin. Then I'm happy with it. Now, my tails are on both sides, but I guess I'm okay with that. On that one, I got it opposite. And that's because I did a loop, a tail, cut it, loop, and a tail. I don't always run the ribbon across the back like that. But if I do, I'm gonna put tape there, and that's gonna get popped up with dimensionals. So we got 2 of them on the back here. Now that is too close to the edge because part of that hangs over. So we're gonna back it up right there. So you see a little DSP there, and it runs over the arch edge over there. Nice. Okay, so it looks more like a bow. So it's a faux bow to me because I didn't really make a bow. And we're done with dimensionals. And we can grab the gemsies. Hello, Elaine Schneider. Let's put a big and a small up here, like that. And then, oh, I forgot to stamp the birds. So we're not done stamping, but it's okay. We're flat. We need the navy ink. I think that these birds were an afterthought anyways when we were designing. So we can fix this by I'm gonna open the card up so I have less in the way here. And the birds are, boom, right there. I need birds, Connie Moore says. We were on the same bird length. Okay, there it is. Birds are done. I love the ribbon bow thing. I do like it like that. There it is with the tails going opposite directions. I almost like that one better. We did it. And it's 808, not too shabby for 5 cards and some chitty chatty on the front end. Okay, Suzanne says very pretty cards. Yay. So let's bring them all back in so you can see what we created tonight. I have about 16 of this class left. And so if you want the easy button where you have all your card bases cut, all the die cut, all you got to do is stamp a little bit of fussy cutting and assembly. What's your favorite? I love this card. I love the coral with the navy. I love the concept of the arch card like this. I do like the easel. I love the rainbow, and there's something about the melon mambo with the blueberry bushel that makes me love that card too. Elaine says all. Yay! So that's what we want, for you to love all of them. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. That is the goal. Lots of pretty cards for you tonight. All right, so let's grab our ribbon, you guys. One of the tricks with the ribbon, grab the Scotch tape, fold over a tab, and put that, oh man, I got 2 tabs. Oh man, that's not gonna work. So let's start over. Grab your tape and make a little tab. And then hold that down, and now you can easily peel that off. Debbie said, look at that, you guys. I'm down to the end of that one. It's nice to get to the end of a roll of ribbon. So we're going to do the same thing with that. Perfect. That's all buttoned up. Now, I do need to tell you guys something. Tammy Sokolik keeps track of all the die cutting that her and her mom do. This does not include what Karen Wetstein would do or Karen Forward would do or what Rhonda does, but this is the number. I should have had you guys guess. This doesn't even count what they're cutting right now today because they're still cutting today for kitting up for next month. So just in February, they cut 10,272 pieces. Like this would be 1, this would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Like just in this class alone was 18 times 80, I think. So 10,272 pieces. So round of applause for our helpers who helped me make the magic happen, from the designing, the prepping, the kitting, the cutting, everything in between, the marketing, the taking the pictures, you guys. It's definitely a labor of love for a lot of us, and we definitely enjoy making them with you. So yes, so that's what we have for our everyday arches. I believe I have, okay, let me talk about the PDF tutorials, you guys. I have a website, and just so you guys know, and so you have this on your radar, right? I'm going to show you where you can find the PDF tutorials. I have them in the Inspiration Hive, which you pay for access to, or that's free for my team. Or I have an online PDF store. So under Shop, Online Classes and Tutorials. Right now, I can hold 200 on here. So like that's 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I have room for this one yet. It's still going to go out here. And that makes me have 200 on this page. I've capped out. So what does that mean? That means that after this class, I am not able to add any more to my website. And my website is over 4 or 5 years old, and they're onto a new version. Just like they make you update your phone to the newest versions, my website is old and I have not updated. So I'm going to reach out to my IT guy, my website helper, and I'm going to see once if we can just make a second page. So I would have page 1 and page 2, and then starting with March, we would put that onto a new page. Well, that's not going to happen overnight. So fortunately, I have everything for February is going to be able to be in there, but starting in March, I'm going to have to work with him to see if I can just make a page 2 and get the ball rolling. And the other thought would be to redo my website, which I don't have the bandwidth or the capacity in my mind to think about right now, but I would have to make an overhaul of my website to get me into the new version. And then that new version, that page can hold up to 1,000 of them. Okay, so that would be great, except for like it's a big project to redo a website. So just so you know, my PDFs are always available. So if you're hearing this now, just know my PDFs are always available. And through this class, they'll be out on my website. But after this class, and until I can get something figured out, they will be available, but via like payment outside of my system. So not being through Squarespace, but Venmo, Zelle at the moment, Cash App, Facebook Pay, PayPal, Friends and Family, or PayPal Good and Service. It just depends. If you pay with Good or Service, it's $1 more, and if it's not, then it's $1 less, right? So we figure that out. But just know you can always send, or check or cash, right? So you can always still buy my PDF tutorials. It's not as convenient that they won't be through my website. So I'm trying to say that now because I might forget to tell that to you in the future, and I don't think it's going to be fixed or resolved in the very near future. My focus is basically on my garage and Raleigh at this moment, and Team Schwag. So, all right, just putting that out there. All right, so let's flip this down, bring these cards in one more time. Oh, yes, Linda Hunt, I do appreciate that. My helpers too. I'm so glad that you guys do as well. Nedra said the Melon Mamba one. Awesome, cool. All right, so we are going to pull out my book really quick, and we're going to pull out the game night cards, you guys. We do have a couple classes, just so you guys know. I gotta just show this to you because we kitted this up today. I gotta show you guys. In case you did not get signed up for the Stamp-a-Stack, you might want to. It is 20 cards. 15 of them are A2. 5 of them are little baby cards. There's 5 tags and 5 bags. It is a card class that's going to be on, it's a class on steroids. It's going to be a lot. And that's what we kitted up today. So I want to just throw this out there that if you don't have this and you didn't see this yet, you might want to consider getting this added to your list. Oh, I lost, that gem is right here. That gem is right here. I found its home. I love it. Okay, so I got to keep these in order though, because we kitted them in a specific order that the PDF tutorial is going to be written in. So this is what we kitted up. Lots of different birthday, sending lots of love, right? A little hello, so thankful, some more happy birthdays. Some of them are double dippers, like that there are 2, but we've kitted up 2 of that. So you guys are gonna get 5th, like this is a double dipper too. Like there's 2 of the same card, but they're so pretty. You can always keep one for yourself as a sample and always then give out the other. And so, and then there's the 5 little tags that are so cute to put on the bags. And then there's these 5 little baby cards that you could gift. So if you're needing Mother's Day or birthday presents for any friends and family, this would be the perfect one because you could potentially get 5 gifts out of the one class because there's 15 cards. So that's 3 cards per bag, and there's 5 bags, and then there's 5 tags, and then there's 5 little baby cards. So you'll get, it's just a mega class. So it's super cool. So I wanted to show that to you guys. And I'm pretty sure that the Memories and More class that we're kitting up, I was kitting up 8 more. I think that they're all accounted for now. And then just so you guys know too, the MS benefit cards, I showed those off yesterday, and I showed off the Thoughtful Wishes, Memories and More class that you could get on the list for that. And I have my game night cards. Oh, they're right here. Just got to show these to you guys one more time too. Angelique did a fabulous job on these. So you guys, just in case you missed the showcase yesterday, the game night that we're doing with the Ocean Friends is, it's just a little sticky. The game night features Ocean Friends, and they're all fun folds, which is super cool. We even have the most amazing of a star card for you guys that will be used. Yep, there it is. And then we have that guy too. So fun cards coming up for you guys. So if you didn't catch, there's that tape I was looking for. If you did not catch the showcase, make sure you get the replay watched yesterday so that you can catch the showcase. All right, good stuff. Lots of cards coming your way. Okay, let's do the game night. So I thought of these cards. I'm like, oh, I gotta show you game night cards. So this was Lily Pond Lane game night. You can get the tutorial. I have no kits left for this class though, but we have some winter chicken dinners, and I love it. I started doing the envelopes last year. So drum roll, please. Da, 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 da. It is going to Kari White. Yay, Kari. All right, so you got that one. Or is it Carrie White? It's Kari Dwyer and Carrie White. So it is Carrie White. So Kari and Carrie, I sometimes say it wrong. So it's Carrie White. All right, so Carrie White is our winter chicken dinner there. Congratulations. Da, da, da. Our little frog on a lily pad goes to Angela Knutson. Yay, Angela. I love it. So this little guy, oh, I loved that card too. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Pat Settle. Yay, Pat. Not sure if you're still watching, but I got that card for you that'll pop in the mail. We had this card goes to Jamie Kirkpatrick. Very cool. That one hasn't been folded for a little while, so we got to get that guy back to the form that goes like this. So you guys, you could go back to July 11th to see this class featuring Lily Pond Lane, which is current product in the annual catalog. And then this goes like that. So there we go. We got it. Okay, so that goes to Jamie Kirkpatrick. And then last but certainly not least, this beautiful card goes to Mimi Howenstein. Yay, Mimi. Awesome, awesome. All right, so I have all of your addresses. I know where you girls live. I don't necessarily know it unless I would get it in the GPS, but I have your addresses. I know where to mail these cards, so wonderful. And then we're going to go to my book, and we're going to see how many people we have for class. And it is right here, 58. So let's go to the random number generator, and we will put in a 58 and hit generate. Oh, I didn't even hit it. There it is. 46. 46 goes Susan Wormley. Look at you, lucky duck. I feel like you won a door prize in January as well. So yes, congratulations to all the lucky duck winners. I love it. Okay, so Susan Wormley will win a door prize, and that door prize gets mailed in her next package, which if she takes a March class, then it goes out in the March package. That's generally what I like to do. For those that are local to me with porch pickup, I have a couple that I have to set out for people to win for local pickup. But generally, door prizes go out in the next package that somebody has. So congratulations to Susan and the 5 lucky card ladies that won my Lily Pond Lane cards. Okay. Very good. So you guys, I'm going to sign off because I do have class with you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. We are going to be live in the Hive again, and we're going to be doing the Sale-a-bration Hoorah Rah cards, which are also four fun folds that Angelique helped me with. And we do have a few spots left that I know of for the Hoorah Rah class. Let me tell you, I have more than a few. about 20 spots left for the fun fold. So if you didn't get enough of the fruit paper or the toadstool paper or the mixed or the bloom impressions, we have 3 that feature those cards, and then we have an Ocean Friends card that it got featured. So I will be back with you guys at 10, and then after that I'm going to be devoting my time to being with my team. Some of my team, my gals are coming in. We're doing a Silver to Silver Elite training, people that want to do more with what they have with Stampin' Up. We always say the sky is the limit with it, and so if I have people on my team that are looking for more, head on the calendar. We don't do it virtually. It's not anything that is set up that it's a program per se, but it is where people come in and we all pick at each other's brains and we brainstorm and figure out if somebody needs help doing YouTube, we do this, and somebody's good at YouTube. Somebody needs help doing fixtures, we bring somebody. So it's all of us that are wanting to be here in person to work harder at what we're doing. And if anybody on my team, just so you know, if you're in my team and you're not local, you're always welcome to come in for the weekend. Normally I would offer up my guest bedroom to somebody, but my guest bedroom, the bed is still completely covered from the remodel project. So I don't have a guest bedroom, actually, a guest bed, but maybe by the next time I'll have a guest bed that somebody can stay at so that they can save the hotel fee, right, for reserving a spot at a hotel. Did you send the PDF yet? Not for Sale-a-bration, hoorah. And you know, I need to check with Jolene. She said, still missing one. Oh man, I'll have the Sale-a-bration hoorah to you tonight. Just working on the last one, but she's headed out for an appointment that she desperately needed to get to. So tag teaming with Julie's Magical. Oh, there. Okay. So decorated was not in the box. Okay, I'm just reading her message, you guys. She said she's missing one picture, but she's arranged the tutorial and the pictures in a way that will work out without it sewing. It's no big deal. Okay, so we didn't have one of the pictures of one of the angle shots, and so we're gonna do the tutorial without it. That picture, which you guys will still get plenty of pictures of that card. She's gonna, I'm sure I have it in my inbox, and I'm gonna see if Karen Wetstein, if you are watching yet, if we could proofread it, and then I'll try to get it out yet tonight. And if I don't have it out by tonight, I will have it out first thing in the morning, but the goal will be tonight to send that out. So, okay. Well, is there a Sale-a-bration, is there a B&B around there or an Airbnb? Yes, I'm sure there are, Elaine Schneider. If you go to by Anna Carter, if you go to Airbnb, I'm sure if you put in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, 54935, there are Airbnbs in Fond du Lac. And if they're not in Fond du Lac, there are some in Oshkosh. But I am almost certain that Melanie Hao, when she was here for the escape, she stared at an Airbnb in Fond du Lac. So yeah, if you search 54935 on their website, you could definitely find something. So, bum. All right, guys, I've got a little bit of work ahead of me, making sure I get that tutorial out, and I'm going to get the grocery list out in a Google form. So I got some to-dos to get off my list tonight. So I'll see you guys in the morning, though. Love you a long time. Lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to you guys. Bye.